the gospel story, particularly today, speaks about one of the important identities of the church, that is community, Christian community. And we know since the beginning of creation, God has called us into a community, not an isolation, not alone. Generally speaking, dear brothers and sisters, we can say that the church, if we are looking or we're taking the New Testament as a consideration, as foundation, is that the community of God's people. And the term community is important in describing the church because it speaks of individual, of believers who believe in God. They work together, they journey together for the purposes of fellowship and sharing as they worship God together. As a community, dear brothers and sisters, necessitates the differences because it consists of various people of different cultures, different backgrounds, different races, different nationalities, different languages, different educational backgrounds, and so on. So imagine, live in that context of differences. With this image of community, I believe agreements, disagreements, and problems are inevitable in the community life. I am a religious priest. Community life is our DNA. And we are SVDs coming from different cultures, nationalities. And we have been missioned in 100. We are been missioned in 76 countries of the world. We are coming from different cultures and nationalities. And I know exactly the dynamics of living in the community. The problems, the issues, the disagreements, agreements, dissenting opinions on certain issues, from the big issues up to the small issues. So people will argue, people will disagree, hurt each other, become angry. And today's gospel, dear brothers and sisters, provides us three distinct strategies or approaches for dealing with disagreements and divergent opinions in community life. Jesus speaks clearly in the context of people or someone who sinned against you. How do you deal with him or with her, with them? That basically the Gospels tells us today. And Jesus offered these three different approaches. The first one he calls one-on-one approach. If there is a problem with someone, in this context, Jesus encourages us to address the issue directly with that person, not from behind. It's very important, isn't it? Enlightening us in whatever community, it can be also in organization, we experience. And if you encounter such situation, it's written here, one-on-one approach. Tell that person, you have done this wrong. I don't like that. And you should speak directly to the person, not from behind. It's written today in the gospel story. And the second approach that also suggested by the passage today, dear brothers and sisters, invite few individuals involved in the resolution of the issue. In case the first one doesn't work for you, you can involve other people. It might be helpful. That's normally viewed in our community life in SVDs, and I believe other congregations as well. And the third one is greater size of number of people. If the second approach doesn't work also for you, and then you can involve many people as possible and discuss about those issues. But what is highlighted here, it's important for us to think, dear brothers and sisters, as Christians, our approach, whether it's the first one-on-one or second or the third one, should be founded on the foundation of love and trust, seeking and extending forgiveness. That is Christian approach in dealing with issues, disagreements, problems in our community life. So our mission today, in light with this gospel story and also the feast that we celebrate today, Saint Rocky, we are called to be a healer and reconciliation. As a community people, we challenge ourselves to be people of healer, people of reconciliation. As Christian community, we are obligated to approach our problems and difficulties with love, compassion, and care. In the vernacular of Synod, we should approach our issues with dialogue, transparency, unity, and prayer. We are aware of the concept of Synod, right? So, my dear brothers and sisters, when we are in the spirit of dialogue, when we are in the spirit of unity and prayer, I believe, as the gospel tells us today, God is certainly to be with us. He will dwell among us and be with us in whatever situation, whatever context, whatever circumstances you are in. Let us learn from our saint today, Saint Rocky, to be people of healer, a people of reconciliation.